Wildcard is at it again with changing the way that ARK is, changing ARK Survival Ascended, and changing ARK 2. They've changed some good things and they've changed some bad things, so today we're going to be discussing those. So the very first thing is the price point in the bundle. If you remember reading the old Community Crunch, you would remember that Xbox Series SX and PC players were going to get the ARK Survival Ascended and ARK 2 bundle at the exact same time for $49.99. So it was going to be $50. You would get ARK Survival Ascended when it gets released later this year, and you would get ARK 2 when it's released later next year. That was going to be the bundle package. It would be available for purchase of August up to 1 year, of which ARK Survival Ascended and ARK 2 would be sold separately. So you had a year to purchase that original bundle of $49.99 and get both games for $49.99 only. And ARK Survival Ascended and ARK 2 would be sold separately after that. And then additionally, the bundle would provide players access to an exclusive 1-month closed beta to ARK 2 in 2024. So you would get ARK Survival Ascended, ARK 2, and a beta for ARK 2 on PC and Xbox for $49.99. PlayStation 5 users were able to get it as a standalone next-gen game at a launch of August 2023 for $39.99. That was the original plan. And also the expansion packs were going to be $20 a piece, just like they were in regular ARK. That was the original plan. But now, they've changed that. The very first point on the newest Community Crunch is the price point and bundle. They scrapped the ARK Respawn bundle completely, which I wasn't really a fan of because I enjoy getting multiple things. Well, not multiple things for free, but I don't like whenever they're just basically remastering ARK. I mean, I know they're adding new stories and everything like that, but now they're going to charge $60. As you can see, they have scrapped the ARK Respawn bundle. It was to provide a package, and then it goes on behind their intention to it, yada yada yada, but they said that it wasn't optimal. I don't know why it's not optimal. I don't know why it wouldn't be optimal, but I guess you just gotta trust the experts, you just gotta trust it. So, now what they're doing, ARK Survival Ascended will now be a standalone game for PC, Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, everything at $59.99. So you're paying full price for ARK Survival Ascended, which is just basically the remastered of ARK Survival Evolved. So you're paying another $60 on top of you already paid the $40 for ARK, and then the $10 and $20 and $40 for all the ARK expansions, and for all the Genesis passes and everything like that on regular ARK. Now it seems at that point you're thinking, okay, why am I paying extra for something that is basically just getting remastered with better graphics? But the good thing is, there are literally no DLCs for ARK Survival Ascended. The $60 base game, as you can see, it'll include all the following pieces of content built in, not sold separately, which is my favorite part, which is the good and the bad of this one. That's the good part. The bad was the price, that they removed the bundle, which I didn't like. But the good part is the not sold separately, because I personally have not bought any actual DLCs that were not free from ARK. So this part really excites me. You get the island, which is released at launch. You get Survival of the Fittest, the island, and Scorched Earth on Survival of the Fittest, released at launch. And you get Scorched Earth, released at launch. Now, I never played Scorched Earth because, again, I never bought any DLCs, so I could dive into Scorched Earth if I really wanted to. So you get those three at launch. Aberration will be Q4 of 2023, so Aberration will be coming later this year. Extinction will be released Q1 of 2024, so it'll be coming shortly after Aberration, probably a few months after that, so the first 3 months of next year. Genesis Part 1 will also be released Q1 of 2024, and Genesis Part 2 will be released Q2 of 2024. Now, again, that's the good thing, because $60 you get all the DLCs and everything absolutely free. All you have to do is just download them. And also all the community-created maps, as in Fjordor, Ragnarok, the Center, Lost Island, Volgaro, and Crystal Isles, will also be released over time in 2024. It does not give a specific date for those ones, but they were also community-created maps, so they might have to do an extra bit of digging and everything for those ones. I'm not sure how that's going to work out for them, but we're getting every single thing we had in ARK 1 for $60, but there's no DLCs. Every single DLC and every single map and Genesis and all that stuff all comes for free. So that's a pretty decent thing. It's still $60 though. That's what I don't like. But you can complain and you can't complain. I'm complaining because they took away the bundle. I was excited to have the closed beta to ARK 2 and everything else, but I guess I'll take it for $60 because you're getting much more of a value for $60 than you were with ARK 1 because, you know, ARK 1 was probably at least $100 for all the DLC and the base game and everything else. So, price point in the bundle of Community Crunch, there was some good, there was some bad. And overall, I think I think I take the good more than I take the bad. They took away the bundle, which means I got to pay more later, but you're getting more of a value by paying $60 for parts of the game that I've never experienced before. So for me, it's a good point on the Community Crunch of the price point and bundle. Now the next section of the Community Crunch, no longer backward compatible free update. Now, this is a lot to read, but long story short, if you read the second paragraph, it's basically explaining that it's trying to continue the longevity of ARK. Originally, it was going to, in the first paragraph, plan to just port the Switch version of the game and undo the graphical limitations. So when they made it with Unreal 5, they were planning on turning the graphical limitations off for the Switch so that they could still play the game, but also just making it so that it was backwards compatible and that you didn't have to worry about not being able to play with the Unreal Engine 5, and they were going to modify it specifically for the Switch, is basically what they were saying there. And they go back a lot in this Community Crunch. We weren't trying to mislead you with earlier comments because, again, they've gotten a lot of backlash and a lot of negative comments and a lot of hate for the way that they've been handling it. But, I mean, they're trying to make things good for everybody, and I can see how it would be hard, especially with everything that they have going on. And it's just a lot for them to take in, probably. So you got to you can give them a little bit of leeway here, you know. They might handle some things poorly, but we have an entire year until ARK 2 is coming out. ARK Survival Ascended, again, they pretty much already set in stone. Well, not set in stone because they said that before, but they want to set it in stone that it's going to be $60 in the full game. I hope they stay at that because I don't like jumping around and wondering what I'm going to pay, what I'm going to get, this and that. So $60 for a full game with all DLCs seems fine to me. And as you can see, the fourth paragraph, this also impacted our decision to sunset the ASE official network offline on August 31st. Unfortunately, if you're on an official server on ARK Survival Evolved currently, August 31st will be your last day. Basically, what they're doing is shutting down all of the ARK Survival Evolved official networks so that they can launch ARK Survival Ascended official networks. I'm guessing they don't want to have to deal with kind of like what WoW was doing and what RuneScape was doing. They don't want to have to deal with all the old servers trying to run, so they're just upgrading everything. Now, I mean, I know RuneScape and WoW both have a classic version, which I'm sure ARK could probably do if they wanted to, but they're only getting rid of the official networks. So if you're on an unofficial server, if you have your own server, they're not shutting all those down. They're only shutting down their official servers that they are officially running. So if you're on an official server, if you can transfer your stuff to an unofficial server, or if you can change to an unofficial server and rebuild your base and everything like that, you might want to think about doing that now or sometime in the near future, because as of August 31st, currently, ARK Survival Evolved official network will go offline for the ARK Survival Ascended launch. Now, if you're on an official server and you're just thinking of going to ARK Survival Ascended, no problem. As soon as the game launches, the official servers are shut down, swap right over, there you go. And as you can see, despite the ASE officials representing the minority of players in ARK, it's an invested and passionate group with attachments to their bases, tames, and characters, and seeing that go away can't be easy. They know they're feeling remorse for you. If you have a huge world built on an official server, you've been playing on it, you know, literally since like 2015 maybe, they don't want to see that go away. But unfortunately for them, they just have to continue making ARK Survival Ascended and remastering it and making everything a little better. So there's going to be good and there's going to be bad. And as you can see, ARK Survival Evolved will still be available to play for those who choose to. That includes multiplayer through unofficial / player hosted sessions, the endless amount of mods in the Steam Workshop, and all the game content as you currently know it. So they're not taking away literally anything else. All they're doing is eliminating the official servers. They're not taking away any mods, they're not taking away any maps, they're not taking away anything else. And also, we have this beautiful creature coming out. We'll be sending ARK Survival Evolved with one final content update with our 8th anniversary this June, releasing the fan-elected creature, the Rhynionotha. Keep an eye out for next week for its dossier. Now, to me, this just looks like a giant butterfly, but at the same time, it also looks like a giant butterfly that looks like a mantis. I mean, it's definitely a giant butterfly, you can't deny that, but it looks like it's gonna do some damage. Like, it looks like it has a stinger, and it looks like it also has claws. I'd be intrigued if the stinger was like a poison, and the claws were just a straight stab that did a lot of damage. But as big as that thing's like the size of an Argy, if not bigger, with its wings. That thing is intense. It's giant antennas. Maybe it has like some kind of, I don't know, like some kind of sonar. I don't know, that was kind of stupid, but it's not a bat. But the giant antennas, the stinger on the back, and the claws are what intrigue me about this. I mean, it just looks cool to begin with. It's nice that they're giving one final update to ARK as like kind of a fair send away. So I'm definitely going to be finding one of these and taming one of these. I don't care what server I have to go to. I don't care what world I have to go to. Unless it's a DLC and I don't have it. I'm definitely going to go. Going to grab me one of these. Going to transfer it to my server. And I'm just going to fly around on it. I'm just going to enjoy it. That ends the Community Crunch 2. The second little paragraph there. And then finally, we come to the end of the new Community Crunch. Not counting the Easter event and everything. This is mainly just the ARK Survival Evolved, ARK Survival Ascended, and ARK 2 updates. There's still more to this newest Community Crunch, like the Easter event and everything like that, but I'm not going to get into that on this video. This is just mainly the ARK Survival Ascended and ARK 2 updates. Now, you can see here, they plan to support ARK Survival Ascended with new features. Now, I was reading some of these, and some of them don't matter. Some of them might not matter to you, some of them might matter to you, but what matters to me is the dino/baby management, the wild babies, and the snap point improvements. Because if you've ever played ARK without mods, or if you've ever played ARK without tweaking your settings, you would know that a little tiny corner is touching another wall, or a little tiny corner is touching anything. Nope, can't place it there. Nope, can't place it. Nope, no snap point. Nope, can't place it. It is one of the most frustrating things if you don't change those settings to try to build in vanilla ARK. It just gets to you, because I was a builder for my first few 100 hours in ARK. That's pretty much my job, was just, I built the bases, my friend would go kill and tame stuff, and that was it. That was it. And it got so frustrating before I discovered that there were mods that can't place this wall here, can't place this wall here. I couldn't finish my base because I had to tear it all down, and I had to move it like literally 6 inches so I could place my walls. It just got annoying. So the snap point is a really helpful thing if you're a builder in ARK. The wild babies, I'm kind of excited for that. I don't know how it's going to fare. Maybe, I'm guessing the wild babies are going to take less to knock out. Like a real baby, they're going to have less health, less to knock out and stuff. So maybe you could tame a baby. So like if you go find a baby wreck somewhere, maybe you could tame the baby, kill the parents, and it would be a lot easier to tame that. So that would be really nice, because some tames are just a pain in the ass and you don't want to do it. Now, obviously, I don't think they're going to be like, oh yeah, here's a Carcharodontosaurus baby that only takes one dinosaur, and you just tame it. I don't think they're going to do that, but it's just a cool thing to see that there's going to be wild babies, because whether you can or can't tame them, maybe that they can be raised, or maybe they'll be bred up by the other dinos and be a higher level than the parents. So that's going to be interesting to see. And then Dino/baby management QOL. That's also exciting to me, because I'm really hoping it means that there's going to be more options, and that like the grouping system and everything is going to be reworked and stuff like that. Because if you've ever tried to group your dinos together and make them attack a target, sometimes you will know that it is very, very buggy sometimes. They won't do what you want them to do. They'll just basically run around, or you'll have them follow you and they'll just run in a big circle. They won't be able to run through like a behemoth dino gate, because they'll just run back and forth. So I'm hoping that's what they mean they're improving, because that can get frustrating whenever you're like, oh yeah, I'll call my bird here, and there's a behemoth dino gate, and it literally flies side to side and won't fly through it. It's like, okay. But I'm hoping with all of these new improvements that ARK Survival Ascended from launch, I really don't think it's going to be perfect from launch, because no game really is, but as buggy as ARK was, they've had a lot of time to review all the bugs in ARK, to think of all the bugs that could be in ARK Survival Ascended, to make sure that they don't happen in ARK Survival Ascended. And I'm really, really hoping that they can get them all fixed for the new ARK, because, I mean, the bugs are funny. Like, not all the bugs are bad. Some bugs are just hilarious. Like, whenever you're trying to tame a Desmodus on Fjordor, and you're in the cave, and they pick you up in the cave, and it just glitches you through the map. It'll teleport you like 30 seconds from where you just were. I know a couple times when I was trying to tame a Desmodus, I left my base, went to the cave, got picked up, and as soon as I got picked up, it teleported me back to my cave. No dino, no nothing. Like, it literally just sent my player back to my base for no reason. I'm standing in my base, so I had to take another flyer over, bring my other flyer back, go back to the cave, get picked up again, get teleported back. Like, it was a nightmare, but it was funny. It was just the most funny thing of just being teleported halfway across the freaking map just because of the fact that ARK said so. And last but not least, another thing that intrigued me, which is good but bad, is the blueprint modding. And you can even see there it says, I know we mentioned this before, but we're serious. It's happening on PC and consoles at launch. They're working with Overwolf technology, which could be kind of cool because Overwolf has a lot of nice features and a lot of nice in-game overlay apps and everything else. So if you're able to mod blueprints through them, like kind of like similar how you could download like Minecraft mods with Curse back in the day and everything like that, if that's what they're talking about, like you can mod blueprints and download them through Overwolf to use on like your private servers and stuff like that, that'd be kind of cool. I, for one, would love to see like 1,000 armor Rex saddle and just walk in and one solo a boss, but that's just me. But anyway, very last paragraph at the end of the day, these are just words and frankly may not mean so much. They're basically defending themselves there because, like I said before, how much backlash and everything they've gotten. That's okay, we understand what will really convince you in seeing screenshots and a gameplay trailer, and you will in time. So they're telling us that we will see gameplay and screenshots of the new updates and that they will put their words into action. We know there's going to be more questions. We're sharing more details over time. We're not quite ready to pull back the curtains just yet, but we hope you'll hang in there with us, survivors. It'll be worth the wait. They are telling you it'll be worth the wait. And I'm really, really hoping it will be worth the wait. Because a next-gen ARK I have been wanting for a long time. I got ARK a few years after it came out because my buddy bought it for me, and ever since then, I've loved the game. But I've always wanted more. Like, I've always wanted a brand new ARK, and I never thought it was going to be possible. But now that they're coming out with 2 brand new games, it just really excites me, and I'm really happy that it's going to be happening. So again, just to recap the entire community crunch, the first point was the price point and bundle. They are now not doing the bundle whatsoever. Every console will have to pay $59.99 flat for the standalone ARK Survival Ascended. But again, it does come with every single DLC and every single map for free. It doesn't come with the quote-unquote Genesis and Aberration passes. Like, you don't get the passes, it doesn't say yet. But you do get every map: Genesis 1, 2, Extinction, Aberration, Scorched Earth, Survival of the Fittest, and the Island. And also, you get all the community-created maps: Fjordor, Ragnarok, Center, Lost Island, Volgaro, and Crystal Isles over time. The only 3 that are going to be released at launch is Survival of the Fittest, the Island, and Scorched Earth. The rest of them will come later in 2023 and in quarter 2 of 2024. The next was the no longer a backward compatible free update, basically just saying that they were not going to be completely changing the Switch version of the game so that it would undo the graphical limitations and all that stuff. Now, I don't know many people that play on Switch, but it's just basically making it easier so that you don't have to have an early gen version of ARK while everybody else has a better gen version of ARK on the Switch. Also in that one, it's telling you that ARK Survival Evolved is going to be getting the new Dino, which is the giant butterfly. And then finally, the third section, like we just talked about, that's all the improvements: the Dino baby management, the wild babies, the snap point improvements, character creation and customization improvements, and the blueprint modding. And then the very end is them telling you that it will be worth the wait. We will be seeing gameplay updates, pictures, and stuff like that. I, for one, out of this whole community crunch, I would say it's a positive, just because of the fact that I'm going to get to experience parts of ARK in the next gen that I didn't get to experience in the old gen. I'm going to have a fresh start on it, and there's going to be more updates with ARK Survival Ascended, and that I'm not going to be super far behind like I am in ARK currently because I don't have any of the DLCs. But I'm excited. I'm excited to tame my new butterfly. I'd say this is a pretty good update for the community crunch. They've, provided more insight to some stuff, changed some stuff. The price point I'm not happy about, of paying $60 for a single game rather than $40 for 2 games, but in their defense, it has been 8 years since ARK 1 has been released, and they might need more money, so, you got to take it with a grain of salt. It's been a long time that they've been updating ARK and they've been working this and everything else, and if they haven't gotten all the DLC downloads like people like me, I mean, that's understandable. So I'm okay with paying $60 for a brand new version of ARK because it is literally my favorite game. So that coming to an end, we are going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed. Any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, feelings in the comments, feel free to ask me below or tell me about if I missed anything or if there were any other updates outside of this community crunch that maybe they posted on Twitter or Facebook or anywhere else that they might have posted. Let me know in the comments and I can, I can add it into a video. I can address it. I will thank you for the information. I'll pin your comments so that everybody else can see it as well. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time, survivors. Peace out.